Greetings, my fellow journey mates, in this journey of going through the creation story as described to us by the author of the Bible, God Himself. Welcome to Bible Stories with Antoninah, and I hope that this journey is an exciting one for you and that also you are learning principles, ideas. Probably it's raising even a curiosity to read the scriptures more, and that will be a good objective to realize. So welcome back. We have been taking a journey from Genesis chapter 1 from verse 1. If this is your very first time to join us, please go through the former episodes, and I'm sure you will be able to catch up with how the story is unfolding. Just in case you have been with us, I pray that you are having your eyes opened as you see more and more illumination into the things that we are learning. Today we go on to day 5. Day 5 is the second last in our series, and I'd like us to think about what God is doing on day 5. So on day 5, the text for us to read is from verse 20 of Genesis chapter 1 all the way to verse 23. What does the Bible say? It says, "Then God said, let the water swarm with living creatures." Now I want you to imagine the journey we have been taking. There is water everywhere. Then the waters are separated with a dome. Then the waters beneath the dome are commanded, gather in one place. But as they have obeyed that, they are still. There is nothing, no activity in the waters. Then on this day, God gives a directive. Let the water swarm with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. So when the seas are commanded to swarm with living creatures, at the same time, the air above, the space above the earth, under the dome, is commanded to swarm with birds that will fly above the earth across the dome. So God created the large sea creatures and every living creature that moves and swarms in the water according to their kinds. He also created every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And don't we agree with him? It is good. Birds of all kinds in the air, animals of the sea, of different kinds in the waters. The waters are swarming with living creatures. But that's not enough. It says in verse 22, "So God blessed them. Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the waters of the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." Now, please note that formula of blessing, because you will come across it again as we discuss the conversation on day 6, and that is in our next episode. But in this episode, God has given a directive, and apart from the directive, He has sent His blessing. And He has commanded that both the living creatures in the waters and the birds that fly in the sky should be fruitful, should multiply, and should fill the waters. That is for the living creatures in the waters. And the birds should multiply on the earth. Do you see a character of our God? Our God wants increase. Our God wants the space to be filled. Our God wants multiplication, not addition. Multiplication to happen. And this is what He says, it is good. For a long time, we've had many conversations about conserving the forests, conserving the nature, conserving the wild animals. In Africa particularly, there are animals that are considered endangered. In other words, if they are not intentionally protected, there could be a generation that could come and not know what lions are or hippopotamus or all that. It's so important for us as the people who read the Bible and believe it to be on the forefront of protecting nature, the environment, and all of creation. In fact, later we will hear in Romans that the creation awaits the emancipation. It waits with eager anticipation for the manifestation of the sons of God. Why? Because the sons of God are the people who protect the environment, who protect the birds and the living creatures that are in the waters. My fellow listeners, may we take it upon ourselves to see what God desires. What does He desire? Increase. He wants fullness. He wants multiplication. Blessed is an interesting word. We are meeting this word for the first time, but we will meet it again in the episode we will consider tomorrow. Now, this idea of blessedness means that besides everything God has already done, which I believe is already excellent, if not beyond excellent, He goes on ahead to confer His favor. That's what blessed means. He confers His favor. He invokes His divine favor upon these creatures. Why would God do that? Because, friends, God is lavish in His nature. He is extravagant in His love and compassion, in all His qualities. He goes beyond. He is extravagant. He is lavish. That is who our God is. Unfortunately, there are people who have failed to understand that. And so even in looking for that which they need, they go to every other place except the Lord. But please remember, Yeshua said in the book of John, chapter 6, verse 35, He says, I am the bread of life. Jesus told them, no one who comes to me will ever be hungry, and no one who believes in me will ever be thirsty again. Jesus is saying He is the ultimate satisfaction. He will satisfy you beyond food, beyond drink. Jesus is the one who satisfies us. I want you to consider these things and see how great and extravagant and lavish our God is. And develop a proper attitude towards Him. Because there are people who think God is needing or God is poor. He needs us as if it were to give Him anything. He is not. Beyond creation and the beauty of it all, He goes ahead to bless. He's a blesser. God bless you.